change the water out, and you want to rinse them and then keep them going, and it'll work fine. And that's why I kind of cheat, and because I have space in a walk-in, and I'll do them the first 4 to 6, and then after that I'll just let them go for a couple of days in the walk-in, and it slows the whole thing down and eliminates that kind of that risk of winding up with kind of a funky smelling grain or bean. All right, we're almost there. We're getting there.
I have a question, Kevin.
Yeah.
So if these people and us wanted to do it at home, and we didn't have a walk-in, and we didn't have, what would we do? We would take some brown rice, we'd stick it in the container.
Get it in some kind of a container, a jar even, and I would put it in water that's 90, 100 degrees. Pretty much. Your tap is probably set at 120. Your hot water heater at home, so run it just shy of its hottest setting, and soak it for 4 to 6 hours, and then just put it away. Put it in the refrigerator. You've done enough in that short window of time to germinate the rice to have some of the health benefits of it. Yeah, and you can keep them in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 days, and you won't see them actually sprout, but they will be germinated. All right, we're getting up there on this. So you might have seen me put in the, I made kind of like just a Cajun spice at home. It's paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, some, what else is in there? A little cayenne, some fresh thyme, fresh oregano, salt, pepper, and I hit it all with that and let those flavors get going. Jambalaya is also the kind of thing it'll be better tomorrow. It'll be really good right now, but it'll be even better tomorrow after it's sat.
We also found that a lot of our customers aren't doing our just to lose weight, but just for convenience. I would say more than half busy, working all over town, so they just want to have great meals all throughout the day, so they aren't just doing it to lose weight. But we also can say that we have had people that have lost over 40 pounds on our thing in 6 months, so you can do it any way you want to do it. And you can do it while you eat Kevin's jambalaya and his turkey meatballs.
I used to have a food cart for a while. That's how I ended up here. And I did risotto all the time. And I thought, gosh, can't do risotto. Let's go with jambalaya, even though it's outside of my realm. So, all right, the rice is pretty close. So now we're going to start adding some of the. We're add the shrimp. And I've got shrimp. I've got some halibut. I've got a few Willamette Bay oysters. Crawfish, just for tradition. So we're going to get all those in there eventually and finish this off.
Hey, Kevin, I have one more question about the rice.
Yeah.
How does it change the cooking time? If you soak it, does it change the cooking time in general?
Yeah, I mean, it cuts it by about a third. So generally when you cook brown rice, it takes maybe about 45 minutes to do your average size batch. I find when I do this, it's more like a half an hour. Which seemed like a perfect window for our
This is going to take a freaking eternity to load.
So yeah, it definitely cuts it down because basically, the rice is soaking up water. So you've already sort of half done the cooking while you're doing that. And you got to remember too that if you look at your average recipe for something like this, add a lot less stock because the rice already has it in there. The rice has already soaked up a lot of water, so you don't need to add as much stock. But you do need to add a lot more seasoning because remember you soaked it in water. You didn't cook it in stock, so the rice has already soaked up a lot of water, and water doesn't taste like anything, right? So when you go to season it, season it heavy. All right, so the shrimp is in there. It's cooking. Let's get the halibut in there. Let's let that cook through.
It's starting to get really nice.
And then let's get the crawdads in there.
He's
All right. So what are some of the favorite foods out there tonight? You guys been around a little bit? Get to eat a bunch of the cars? I got my picture taken with the chicken
You
man,
have
so
got
my
to
day is
try.
complete.
You got to go and try the Reuben from Bo. You have got to try it. He
He's got a Reuben?
hit it. He hit it out of the ballpark. It's for me. It's currently my top one, and you know how picky I am.
What's it made with? Kimchi.
You know there's kimchi in it. I think he's got pulled pork. I think he's got
That
his
sounds
short ribs. He's got the kimchi. It's like he worked on it, from what I heard, for a week. And you definitely have to try Nikki and Lefty's.
There's no cuisine that Bo will not conquer. I think he's just he's kind of like the Borg, you know? He's like the Korean Borg. He's out there just absorbing cultures, just putting it all on top of kimchi. It's amazing. All right.
And
We're
of
almost
course,
there.
your namesake knocked the ballpark on his
At this point,
ices.
now we
Kevin
gotta play this
Bell
delicate game.
knocked it out of the freaking
Slowing this thing
ballpark. They're
down.
delicious.
so we got some fresh shelled peas. We got a little tomato, which of course is way out of season, but can't be jambalaya without tomato. And now we're just kind of like finishing the rice without overcooking the portion.
Oh man, the lights just get it killer. I'm glad you put it right at the right hour, my good buddy. The line is just gorgeous right now. This is going to take all night to load, you realize.
There's one other thing I forgot to talk about, and this is getting kind of sciencey all over again, but there's also a substance in grains called phytic acid, and phytic acid kind of binds up all the minerals in it. The only way for you to get the minerals out of the grains that are prominent, like zinc and magnesium, is to break down that phytic acid. And by germinating the rice, those things are broken down, because the rice is obviously making all these things available for the plant that is supposed to grow, but we get that benefit by faking it out. So we're almost there. You guys got anything else to add?
No, we all just want to taste it.
I know, we all just want to eat. I know. I made this too easy. Yes. I'm done with all the work. And I can't hear any of you.
If anybody has a question, just raise your hand. I can bring the mic over. Yeah, question.
What's that?
Are you always this handsome?
No. Only after I got out of the cart business, and I could relax a little bit, and chill out, exfoliate a little bit. Exfoliation is really good, and take a vacation or two, and get my hair cut. Yeah. But thanks for noticing. I'm really glad you noticed. Okay, we're almost there. Scott, do you have any questions?
I've already asked a couple.
Does everybody know Scott Batchelor, the food cart king? Are you guys all familiar with Scott? He is the food cart king. Rides his bike around to all the food carts all over town. I follow him on Twitter. He's always got something to say. He's like the kind of, in the before social media, before like TV and radio, there was that guy in town. I always think of A.P. Carter, the Carter family, who used to just kind of go for these long walks, and he would kind of deliver the news to everybody. Scott Batchelor is that guy from the food carts. He's a folk hero. You are. I mean that most sincerely. Yeah. I would get more news from you directly about the other food carts in town than I would get from them, themselves.
And if anybody is
All good
interested,
thing.
they finally convinced me.
All right,
PDX
are we
food
there?
cart lovers, I'll leave some cards here and just grab. We're doing bike rides. This is all going up right now as we're doing this. I had to do him the full thing.
So lastly, parsley.
I sometimes get very
A little bit of Worcestershire.
I can't eat at his cart anymore. So any chance I get to eat again, oh God. And you need a handful of these. Just lay
Now we're
these.
just seasoning with- Oh, and a little bit of this. I use this Portland Pepper Company green pepper sauce. I don't know if you guys have come across it. Maybe a few carts around have it. This guy Adam makes great pepper sauces. We'll use a little of that.
Oh, that's looking so freaking good.
And 2 more minutes. We throw the oysters in. We turn it off the heat, and then we'll eat. All right.
So what do you think, Kevin? You think we can give your trade secret and put your recipe on our website?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so farmtofit.com, go to the website, look at our blog, find this recipe, and you guys can make it at home all by yourselves. And then
Awesome.
support it.
All right. Yeah, I think so. What time we got there, boss? Oh, perfect. All right, we're going to take this off. We're going to plate it up out back, and I guess we'll pass around some tasters. So thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for coming.